my channel, and before I start, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I will read the article from investing.com. Look at the day ahead in Europe and global markets from Anshuman Day, while Asian stock managed to make modest gains on Thursday. There is heavy air of caution among investors ahead of what may prove a pivotal central bank gathering. Markets are bracing for the U.S. Central Bank to double down on its commitment to crushing inflation, as Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell is set to give a speech at its annual summit in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. Europe is even messier. The Eurozone faces to the double whammy of deteriorating growth expectation, while the risk of inflation reaching future is increasing. Market attention is on the minutes due Thursday from the Europe Central Bank's last policy meeting that are likely to sound hawkish. The ECB hiked interest rates by a bigger than expected 50 basis points last month to 0%, and economists expect to litter by the central bank as it seeks to stem off runaway inflation. Gross domestic product data in Germany expected to show zero growth in the June quarter, along with the IFO Business Climate Index will give further clause on the state of effort of Europe's large economy. Meanwhile, analysts are turning bearish on equity market after a brief respite seen in the last 2 months. First of energy shortages, anemic growth, and soaring inflation are likely to stall Europe's shares, a Reuters poll found. The euro, which is flirting with a 20-year low, has been battered by growth concern with an energy crisis adding to the gloomy outlook. German and British bond yields have surged recently as investors fret about skyrocketing inflation that show little signs of easing. In Asia, rate hikes remained the big worry. South Korea's central bank became the latest to raise its key interest rate by 25 basis points and signaled the need for future hikes to curb inflation percent at near 24 years hike. Key developments that could influence market on Thursday: economic data, German Q2 GDP, German IFO Business Climate Index, France Business Climate, ECB published account of July policy meeting, Jackson Hole Symposium kick-off, and August 27. Look at the day ahead in European and global markets from Anshuman Day, while Asian stock managed to make modest gains on Thursday. There is a heavy air of caution among investors ahead of what may prove a pivotal central bank gathering. Markets are bracing for the U.S. Central Bank to double down on its commitment to crushing inflation, as Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell is set to give a speech at its annual summit in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. European is even messier. The Eurozone faces the double whammy of deteriorating growth expectation, while the risk of inflation rising further is increasing. Market attention is on the minutes due on Thursday from the European Central Bank's last policy meeting that are likely to sound hawkish. The ECB hiked interest rates by a bigger than expected 50 basis points last month to 0%, and economists expect to later by the central bank as it seeks to stem out runaway inflation. Gross domestic product data in Germany expected to show zero growth in the June quarter, along with the IFO Business Climate Index will give further clues on the state of affairs of Europe's large economy. Meanwhile, analysts are turning bearish on equity markets after a brief respite seen in the last 2 months. Fear of energy shortages, anemic growth, and soaring inflation are likely to stall Europe shares, a Reuters poll found. Okay guys, that's all from me. Don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe.